You know why? Because I'm a grizzly bear. I maul my prey. I'm not gonna deny high functioning autism, little bro.
Not for me? Hell yeah, man. I gotta rep this shit.
Hey, I'm Troop 718, bro.
Oh, I can't say, I'm streaming now. I can't say that I'm streaming. We got some fans. Some IRL fans and shit.
You don't want to eat the lemon. You don't want to eat the lemon.
Good morning, good evening, good night, Eagle MMA family. This is the problem with UFC Britain cards. Very quickly, I will first off run through the card just to show how fucking terrible it is. If you don't want to watch this, go to this timestamp in the video. So let's get into the card real quick. Jafel Filho versus Daniel Perez. Jafel Filho was winning the first part, right? He was winning pretty clearly. Daniel Perez got a comeback submission. Okay fight, right? Bruno Brazil versus Shanna Bound. It's a WMMA fight. What do you think I'm gonna fucking say? Okay, what am I gonna talk about? It's a WMMA fight. Next, the most disappointing fight on the card: Chris Duncan versus Yanal Shmuz. Fluke win. Yanal Shmuz broke his arm in like the first fucking 2 minutes of the fight, and still made it extremely competitive with Chris Duncan, just showing how fucking elite Yanal Shmuz is. He will come back bigger and better. Fluke win, right? Next is Ketlin Vieira versus Pani Kianzad. It's another fucking WMMA fight. What the fuck do you expect me to say about this, okay? Boring as fuck. It's a WMMA fight, right? I mean, seriously, all right? Makhmud Muradov versus Brian Barberena. I guess you could say it's okay, right? Just watching Brian Barberena lose a fight with his tubby little chubby little belly, right? Sure, okay. It's 3 out of 10 fight right there. Sure, okay. Take whatever you can, okay? Mick Parker versus Jamal Pokes, another fucking boring ass fight. And just to put it out there, it's a fat boy fight, another fat boy fight that I got completely right. I'm undefeated with fat boy fights. Next is Johnny Parson versus Danny Roberts. Actually a really good fucking fight. Really good fight. Amazing finish by Johnny Parsons, right? Right, the slaughter knocker or some shit like that. I love Johnny Parsons. He's fucking hilarious. His post-fight speech was amazing.
First, I want to thank God. Hey, Patty! Do you want a slug or not? Because I'm the slug or not. Let's go!
An absolute scrap on the feet. Actually, a really good fucking fight. I wasn't asleep during this fight. I fell asleep during pretty much every other prelim fight. Because the card was fucking terrible. Johnny Parsons, really fucking good, okay? Not in terms of skill, but in terms of entertaining. He's like the welterweight, more technical Muay Thai Trevor Peek. I fucking love this dude already. He's the slaughter knocker. Called out Paddy Pimblett at lightweight. Actually a good fucking fight. Pretty much the only good fight on the card, right? Next is Daniel Marcos versus Davey Grant. People are saying robbery, right? Honestly, I could give a fuck. Like, David Grant is a bum. He'll never be shit in the UFC. He's so fucking boring.
But oh, he throws like a spinning kick once every fucking 10 strikes.
That doesn't land. Wow, so entertaining. He has absolute scraps on the feet. Who gives a fuck, right? Daniel Marcos might actually be pretty decent, right? It was close enough to give it a split decision towards him, but other than that, I mean, honestly, who gives a fuck? Next, Lerone Murphy versus Josh Coulibaly. Again, a really boring fucking fight. Lerone Murphy gets a fluke body shot TKO, just nicks him with the toe on the body. Coulibaly falls down, right? Fluke finish, boring fight before it, right? Fares Siham versus Jai Herbert. Another fucking boring fight. Just point fighting. Jai Herbert, the Black Country banger. Absolute bum, right? He sucks. Same with Fares Siham. If you're having that close of a decision and that boring of a fight with Jai Herbert, you're never going to be shit. Also, he's French. Do I even need to mention that?
I'm proud to be American, goddamn me. I'm proud to be in my country and shit.
Right? Next, actually, a decent fight. Actually, a pretty good fight, right? I'd say like a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 fight. And right on this card, it's like the top 3 fight of the fucking card, right? Paul Craig versus Andre Muniz. Muniz was winning the striking. It was close in the striking, but Muniz was winning the striking. They got it, went to the ground. Paul Craig just started teeing off on Andre Muniz and got the TKO. Little early, of a stoppage. I hate those ground TKO stoppages. They always stop it like 5 strikes too early. If you're just covering up on the ground, you still have shit to do. You can still roll to your back and everything. Not the worst stoppage, but still a little early, and actually an entertaining fight. Paul Craig, I love Paul Craig, man, right? The pussy juices.
But when it comes to the old man, it's nothing but female juices.
What do you mean?
Like pussy juice, mate. Nothing better.
I thought that's what you were gonna say.
Right? I mean, that's just fucking hilarious, right? I mean, the guy's fucking hilarious. He's pretty entertaining. He somehow has wins over Krylov, Jamal Hill, and Magomed Ankalaev. Somehow, right? But lost to Volkan Oezdemir. I mean, he's such a weird fighter. He's so entertaining, though. Okay fight. A pretty good fight. Like 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 fight. Next, Nathaniel Wood versus Andre Fili. Actually, a good fight. Took up until the feature fight to have a good high-level fight, right? I mean, come on. Let's be serious here. Nathaniel Wood almost lost to Andre Fili, so he'll never be anything. Andre Fili is a bum, but he sucks, right? He sucks. He'll never get ranked. He's honestly going to get cut if he loses one more fight. Nathaniel Wood, he's like a featherweight Piotr Jan. He's pretty entertaining. I like his style, right? But just if you're getting dropped and getting hurt and almost subbed by Andre Fili, sorry, you're never gonna he'll probably lose to like a Bryce Mitchell, honestly. If you're almost getting subbed by Fili, man, Bryce Mitchell will finish that, right? Next is Julia Stoliarenko versus Molly McCann. My live reaction to Molly McCann getting subbed immediately. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, she's so bad, and it's so funny to watch these WMMA fighters act like they're hard, act like they can beat the average, somewhat athletic male, when she just gets taken down and subbed in like a fucking minute by Julia Stoliarenko, right? A 10-8-2 fighter in the co-main event. I mean, come on. The only reason that fight was entertaining at all was because we got to see Molly McCann get exposed, even though we already knew she's absolutely horrendous on the ground. She's absolutely no ground game. If you're just getting taken down and subbed like pretty fucking easily by a 10-8-2 Julia Stoliarenko, you're not good at all. She'll never be ranked. She's gonna lose like pretty much every other fight in the fucking UFC. She might win one. She might get one TKO over absolute bomb like Hannah Goldie or Luana Carolina again. But other than that, she loses to any competition. Next, with the main event, Tom Aspinall versus Marcin Tybura. I mean, let's be fucking honest. We knew Tom Aspinall was gonna win. I thought it was gonna be a little closer, but who gives a fuck, right? Tom Aspinall didn't get exposed by Marcin Tybura, but Marcin Tybura showed, right, that there are some holes to Tom Aspinall's game, right? Whenever he throws, he juts his chin way in the fucking air, right? Marcin Tybura actually caught him with a pretty good check hook with that. Other than that, he kind of just smoked through Marcin Tybura. But it was, and I picked Tom Aspinall, it was an early stoppage. I cannot fucking believe, right, these self-proclaimed MMA fans, right, and MMA experts, right, that just, oh, no, it wasn't early. That was a great stoppage. It was a great stoppage. I'm not going to lie. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and cope, right? I picked Tom Aspinall. I'm not going to sit here and cope and say, oh, Tybura would have gotten up and destroyed Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall still probably would have ground and pound TKO'd Tybura, right? But he landed like 3 shots on the ground, right? Almost every shot was like a little pussy hammer fist that hit the forehead, right? Just like scraped by the fucking forehead. Or, right? Or they'd hit the fucking guard of Tybura, right? You can look back in it, like 5 out of the fucking 8 strikes he landed hit the fucking forearm of Tybura, and the 2 other ones hit his fucking forehead, right? It was an early stoppage. You could see Tybura was still in it. He got up fucking immediately, right? And was like, okay, you know, he wasn't going to protest because it's Britain, right? And these British fucking referees are so biased. They're absolute bums, right? They should not ref any fights in fucking Britain. They should never go to Britain ever. And here's my problem with these fucking UFC Britain cards, right? The last one they did, not fucking good, right? Not good. Aspinall versus Blades, not good. You can go back and watch that card. So fucking boring, except for Patty getting a win over, I think, the Monkey King, right? Molly McCann got a KO over, I think, Hannah Goldie, spinning elbow into ground and pound, right? Pretty entertaining, but it's Molly McCann knocking out an absolute bum, right? If you're a WMMA fighter, the more attractive you are, the more feminine you look, the less good you are and the less tough you are, which is why Molly McCann can beat these like sexy UFC fighters.
Eagle MMA. Eagle MMA.
And then Tom Aspinall tore his ACL in the main event, right? So the last UFC Britain card was not good, and this UFC Britain card was absolutely fucking horrendous, right? 3 out of 10 max, just because Tom Aspinall had a decent performance. Paul Craig versus Muniz was pretty entertaining. Daniel Wood versus Andre Fili was a good fight. Johnny Parsons versus Danny Roberts was a very exciting fight, but it was 15 fights on the entire card, and 3 of them were good. 3 of them were entertaining. The rest of them were absolute fucking snooze fests. I literally fell asleep for almost all of the prelims because it was so fucking boring, right? And the worst part about it is the Britons, right? The Brits get such fucking catered matchups. I mean, let's be honest. Let's look through these fucking Brits and their opponents, right? Mick Parkin versus Jamal Pogues, right? I mean, seriously, Jamal Pogues is a legit bum, right? He's a fat heavyweight, unranked fat heavyweight. He's never going to get ranked ever. He absolutely fucking sucks. And Mick Parkin somehow made it a fucking close fight, right? A layup for Mick Parkin, and somehow made it a close fucking fight. Honestly disgusting. And then fucking Danny Roberts versus Johnny Parsons. I mean, come on, dude. Johnny Parsons, I love him. He's super entertaining, right? The slaughter knocker, right? But that's a layup. That's a layup. It was supposed to be an entertaining fight for the first bit of it, and then Danny Roberts was supposed to KO him. Let's be honest, right? They laid up Danny Roberts to knock out Johnny Parsons, and he fucking got knocked out, and he had a terrible performance, right? Did not look good against Johnny Parsons, right? Like I said, I love Johnny Parsons, but he's not good at all. Had a terrible performance against him. Absolutely disgraceful from Danny Roberts. He'll never be shit in UFC. He'll never get ranked. He's going to get cut because he's going to lose his next 3 fucking fights. He's absolutely terrible. And again, another one. Marcia Casey versus Joel Alvarez, right? Not a layup, right? The only one that's not a fucking layup for a Brit. And he still fucking lost, right? Even though you can't argue it was a layup. Joel Alvarez does not have good ground game, okay? He does not have good ground game. If you're just on top of him, you can control him for the whole fucking fight. You can absolutely destroy him, batter him on the ground. And Marcia Casey still fucking lost that fight. I mean, come on, dude. They're giving you a layup, and you're still losing? And the next one, Davey Grant versus Daniel Marcos. A layup fight, Daniel Marcos, sure, he's undefeated, right? But everyone's undefeated at this point, right? Daniel Marcos is not good. He is not good. I don't think he'll ever get ranked, right? He'll probably lose to Bryce Mitchell. He'd lose to any ranked fighter. And Davey Grant is a bum. Again, another fucking layup. Was supposed to be an entertaining fight until Davey Grant was supposed to finish Daniel Marcos, and somehow still made it a boring fucking decision.
Alright, dude. What the flip?
I wasn't even watching for half the fucking fight, and I love MMA. I'll watch any fucking card, right? It was so boring and was supposed to be a layup, right? And just made it a snooze fest leg kick decision where he lost. Thank fucking God. Davey Grant is a bum. And so is Daniel Marcos. And he still lost. He still lost to Daniel Marcos. I mean, come on. A layup for you. And the next one, Lerone Murphy versus Josh Kulibau. Once again, another fucking layup. Lerone Murphy, right, this hyped up prospect, right, undefeated, right, 12-0 with one fucking draw or whatever, against Josh Kulibau, a bum, right? He's so bad. He's actually fucking terrible. A soy fucking little fat little body. And Lerone Murphy still made it an incredibly close fight, right? It was a pretty much dead even fight until he got a fluke body shot finish where he just nicked him with his toe. Somehow got that finish. And before that finish, absolutely fucking snooze fest. So boring. Once again, another layup that he somehow managed to win. but it looked absolutely terrible, looked fucking awful in that fight. And then Jai Herbert versus Fares Ziam. I'm not even going to fucking talk about this because it was so boring, and once again, a layup for Jai Herbert. Fares Ziam is French. Any fighter can beat any French fighter on any day of the week if they actually wanted to and actually tried to win that fight. But Jai Herbert is so soy, right? He's not good at striking, which is his fucking, main thing. He leaves his chin up wide open in the air with a glass fucking chin, right? And Fares Ziam got the win. Honestly, who gives a fuck? Neither of them will be ever ranked ever because Fares Ziam is also a fucking bum, right? And now for the featured fight, co-main event and main event, right? Nathaniel Wood versus Andre Fili. Once again, a layup for Nathaniel Wood turned into an absolute scrapper. I'm not going to deny, it was a very exciting fight. I really liked the fight. I do like Nathaniel Wood. I think he has a very entertaining fighting style. But Andre Fili, dude, he sucks, dude. He is not good. And you were getting dropped. You were getting fucking hurt, right? You almost got subbed by Andre Fili. He'll never get ranked ever. He'll never win a ranked fight in his life. He might win a couple of fights against unranked bums. But seriously, dude, so fucking terrible, right? Honestly, disgraceful. If I didn't emphasize these layup fights enough, Jesus Christ, Julia Stoliarenko was supposed to be the layup of all layups. 10, 8, and 2. I think she's now 2-5, but before that, 1-5 in the UFC, with her only win being a sub over Jessica Rose Clark, who is allergic to armbars, allergic to ground game, and somehow, somewhere, lost like immediately by submission. Honestly, a disgrace, right? And they made it a co-main event for some random fucking reason because they were trying to push Molly McCann so fucking hard because she has a deal with Barstool, right? So they made her the co-main event to let her win the fight and be a big name, right? Again, even though she fucking sucks and she'll never win a ranked fight in her entire life. And she still immediately got taken down and fucking subbed easily by a 10, 8, and 2 fighter in the co-main event. Honestly, fucking terrible. Tom Aspinall versus Marcin Tybura. Again, if I haven't emphasized that these are fucking layups, dude, a layup of all layups. Marcin Tybura went to a draw with Alexander Romanov. Alexander Romanov is hilarious. He's somehow ranked, right? He got absolutely destroyed by Volkov after failing one takedown, immediately gassed out. And Marcin Tybura still got a draw with him where he arguably could have won the fight. He arguably could have won the fight and went to a fucking draw with him, right? Honestly, fucking terrible. Like Tom Aspinall, if he got hit once in the entire fight, it's a disgrace to Britain. And people are saying, oh my god, he looked amazing, dude. Tom Aspinall can be fucking champion.
Alright, ready? I'm in it.
I'm a Tom Aspinall enjoyer.
It's so trendy now.
Wow, great performance over a fucking bum, right? Ranked number 10 in the heavyweight division, who has a draw with Alexander Romanov. Wow, so fucking amazing. What an amazing performance. He was supposed to dominate that fight. If it was tough for him at all, it would have been a fucking disgrace. And the early stoppage, right? Like I said, he would have ground and pound finished him. But if that fight was reversed and Marcin landed all the strikes that Aspinall did what Tybura did, everyone would have been crying. Early stoppage, because it was an early stoppage. It was gonna get finished, but it was early. He landed 3 strikes, right? The 5 other ones missed or landed on his fucking forearm. Okay, it was an early stoppage, and these fucking MMA experts, right? These MMA experts are saying, no, it was a great stoppage. And Tom Aspinall looks phenomenal, right? He dominated Marcin Tybura. He was supposed to dominate Tybura. If he didn't absolutely go in there and smoke Tybura, people would not be high on Aspinall at all, because they shouldn't be. If you're taking any strikes against Marcin Tybura and you're supposed to be a champion, you're never going to be a champion ever, okay? Tybura sucks. He's so slow and unathletic, right? Of course he was going to lose that fight. Which brings me to my main point. These fucking layups, dude. Layup fights okay? They do it every single time they go to Britain, right? And you can say, oh, well, they do that for every regional fight card. Barely, right? Not as bad as the fucking Britain cards. You can say, oh, what about the one Boston card where Adrian Yanez fought Tony Kelly, right? Obviously, right? Obviously. But it's not like every single fight on there is catered so heavily to these fucking regional fighters. With Britain, they absolutely just don't even care. They don't even care. They give up their integrity in a split second because they need these fucking Brits to win, because these British fighters are so fucking terrible. The only prospect they have is Tom Aspinall, right? Who else do they have? Leon, not British, okay? He's Jamaican, okay? Paddy Pimblett, Nathaniel Wood, who just got exposed by Andre Fili. Who do they have? Britain has no good fighters. They have no good prospects. And, like, obviously, right, Britain has zero sunlight, and everyone knows, everyone and their mama knows, okay, you get your testosterone from the sun, from sunlight exposure. So, obviously, they're not going to have any good fucking fighters. But, Jesus Christ, at least give them decent matchups. I mean, come on. Who was genuinely excited for Tom Aspinall versus Marcin Tybura? Who was just sitting in their chair just, oh, my God, it's going to be an absolute scrap. I don't know who's going to win this fight. Really? Really? Nobody was thinking that. Everyone knew Tom Aspinall was going to beat Tybura. It was not exciting, right? No one was fucking waiting. Just, oh my God, I can't fucking wait. I can't wait for Tybura versus Aspinall. Every single one of these fights is an absolute catered matchup that no one's excited for because it's so catered, and we pretty much know that they're going to win the fights. And even with that, even with these fucking catered fights, they still somehow lose or somehow make it incredibly close. It's the most annoying shit ever. At least, if you're going to cater these matchups, at least make them entertaining fights, right? At least make them entertaining fights that people are excited to watch. No one was excited for Tybura versus Aspinall, and they only do it because of the UFC Britain, right?
Laugh it up! At least our schools are not like the Call of Duty video game where people are being shot to death with guns.
They only do it with UFC Britain, and because these British fans always give, they hate non-British fans, which is not bad at all, right? It's normal to boo non-British fighters or non-regional fighters when they're walking in or whatever. But when they get a finish or they do exciting shit, these fans just go dead. They're one of the worst fucking crowds ever, unless one of their bum fighters who are never going to be champions ever, gets a somewhat entertaining finish. It's so annoying. They're worse than Brazil. They're such babies, and they're so fucking drunk, they don't even understand what's happening. They're so fucking annoying. I honestly cannot stand it. And that's not even the worst part, right? 3 minutes before I fucking recorded this video, I saw on my YouTube feed the MMA Guru's video breaking down the card, and in the fucking thumbnail, he put, okay card.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Get in your car, dude.
Get in your car!
I'm in my car. That's fair.
It was an okay card. It was pretty entertaining. No, the fuck it wasn't, right? They wasted a regional fight card on these fucking bum fights of fighters that will never be champion. They absolutely suck with boring ass fights, and then they're gonna do a fucking Apex fight next because they wasted all their fucking talent on this terrible Britain card, right? He literally said it's an okay card. It was 3 out of 10 max, purely because of Johnny Parsons, Paul Craig, and Nathaniel Wood. That was the only reason this fucking card was entertaining, right? Tom Aspinall versus Marcin Tybura. We knew that fight was going to end in the first round. It was not exciting. Sure, you could say, oh, well, he knocked him out or whatever. It was an early stoppage, which made it even worse. It was 3 out of 10 max. If you say it was anything better than that, you are absolutely retarded. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. If you have the gall to say it was at least even somewhat decent, you absolutely have no idea what you're talking about. You should quit fucking talking about MMA. You have absolutely no idea what the fuck you're talking about. And then people glazing the fuck out of Tom Aspinall. Oh my God. It's so fucking annoying. Of course he was going to beat Marcin Tybura. We learned absolutely nothing. The only thing we learned is Tom Aspinall leaves his chin wide open, and these motherfucking commentators like Dean Thomas are saying, oh, he's John Jones is scared, man. John Jones is scared, man. If I was John Jones, I'd move back down to light heavyweight. John Jones does not give a fuck about Tom Aspinall. First of all, he's going to retire after the Stipe fight. Let's be fucking honest, okay? And if I was John Jones, I'd take that fight right now. Tom Aspinall has so much unwarranted hype around him. He could easily beat Aspinall pretty fucking easily, right? Pavlovich sparks him. Blades wins in a rematch, right? Even Cyril Gane might win. And Cyril Gane is fucking terrible. One of the worst ground fighters of all time. Was pulling terrible fucking leg locks against Francis Ngannou. Absolutely retarded. 0 IQ. And got immediately subbed by John Jones with like a half-in guillotine. And immediately just, please stop. Right, please stop. Stop choking me. Stop. Because he's a bum. He's French. I mean, let's be honest. Every French fighter fucking sucks, okay? And like Laura Sanko and that other bitch with like the black bitch with like the curly hair or whatever that sits with Dean Thomas or whatever on the post-fight show, right? They were fucking arguing whether or not Tom Aspinall should get a title shot. Shot after beating number 10 ranked, fat, unathletic, draw with Alexander Romanov, Marcin Tybura. Abso-fucking-lutely not. And then other fucking people are saying he should fight Pavlovich. No, because Pavlovich deserves a title shot, sparked Blades, sparked Tuivasa, sparked Derek Lewis, sparked every single other one of his opponents other than fucking Overeem. Okay, he absolutely deserves a title shot. He does not deserve to fight down to Aspinall, right? If anything, he should fight, Aspinall should fight the loser of Gane versus Spivak and then gets a title eliminator, okay? He does not deserve a title eliminator or a title shot, absolutely brain dead, over Marcin Tybura, right? That's almost as bad as getting a title shot over Bobby Green, an unranked Bobby Green. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Do you agree? Is there a problem with these terrible UFC Britain cards? They absolutely put on fucking stinker cards. They fucking suck, and there's always catered fucking matchups. Do you agree? Catch me going live, right? I go live 4 to 7 times a week. I'm actually doing a live debate with very entertaining, very popular YouTuber Gnome Chad on Thursday at around 8 p.m. Pacific time. We are going to debate MMA. We are going to debate other topics such as esoteric topics, such as political topics. So tune into that if you really want to. Thank you guys for watching this video. Eagle MMA out.
Hey. Young Lean? Are you Young Lean?
What?
Are you Young Lean?
No, I'm Barry Dillon.